Hello, everybody. Yes, baby, we are back. Welcome back to the Mike Yanek Show, episode 40. I hope that you're doing well. Yes, a little milestone. Woo! Thank you for listening and thank you for sticking by with me throughout all these weeks and months and all that type of stuff. Okay, listen, I'm holding here to the box for dear life. I have to be closer to the mic because I do move around a lot, and I want the audio to be the same throughout the whole episode, if that makes sense. Okay, listen, mate, I have so much things to talk about, and I'm very excited about today because I have a very interesting episode. Listen, I recently, so the first half I usually talk about what happened recently or like gigs and stuff like that. It's very comedy related, and then I do my little segments. Now, today I have something very interesting happen in my little, I cannot even call it a career, you know what I mean, because I'm very new to like the comedy stuff and I'm an open micer and that type of stuff. But in the comedy sphere, the comedy little Mike Yannick universe, something very interesting happened. So recently, I had my first gig in a gay bar. Okay, I've never done a gig in a gay bar. Now you're gonna say, but Mike, what? It doesn't matter. It's just like a bar, like any other gig, isn't it? That is correct, but something very interesting happened at the end of the gig. Stick by, and I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so one of me, like a very very good, very nice comedian here in Liverpool. I know him. I've done a gig with him one time. I saw that he had a new gig opening up in Liverpool city centre, and I saw some of my mates. They've done it, and I was like, do you think if I text him, I talk with one of my mates who already done it, and I was like, if I text him, do you think he'll have me on, or maybe it's like it's only open to like non-straight people, or it's maybe like super busy and he doesn't have spots or whatever. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll just give him a call. So he put me on just like a little pop-up gig when you're not officially on the list, but they'll give you a spot if they know you or if you're local or whatever. And it's not that far away anyway. So I go there and I did my set. I recorded my set and I recorded a few more interactions as well. And also, if you have started watching my brand new series, because by the time this podcast comes out, my series have already launched. It's called The Life of a Stand-Up Comedian, every Sunday at 12 o'clock, exclusive only to my YouTube channel. You will not see the episodes anywhere else on my social media, because sometimes I post the full episodes of the podcast on my Instagram or Facebook, or you know what I mean, I circulate the material around my social media, but this is exclusive only to Facebook. If you go there, you're gonna see that gig, and it's coming in a few weeks. I have a few scheduled, and you will see all other type of gigs. You're gonna see me traveling and talking with people, audience members before and after the gig. You're gonna see some actual material from the gig. You're gonna see some, what happened, and in the town that I'm at or the city where the gig is. I film around it, all that type of stuff. Especially if you're not from the UK and if you love comedy, or if you're like a stand-up comedian who is just starting out or whatever, and you want to see what the scene in the UK is and how everything works. I think that will be a great series for you to watch. And the clips are about 5, 6, 7 minutes. They're not like long, like an hour or whatever. So yeah, please, have a look, check it out. I think you'll like it, and subscribe to the channel as well, so you will not miss an episode. I have to do these little commercials. So I go there. And it's it's relatively small, to be honest with you. It wasn't like a disco, like a discotheque or whatever. They have like huge, like clubs in town as well. It was a very, very small, very, very nice atmosphere or whatever, with a very big stage. I like when the stage is big, compared to the size of the venue. The stage was quite big. So I go there, I meet the organizer, I meet the comedians. I knew some of them because I've gigged with them before, and I've met some people that I've never seen before. They were very, very, I was very impressed with them. So that was quite nice. The headliner was a drag queen, which, yes, queen. I love drag queens. And, if you know anything about me, or if you watch the previous episodes or whatever, you know that I love RuPaul Drag Race and all that type of stuff, And, anyway, I didn't manage to see her perform because I needed to go, and I was in the middle, and so I go on stage. I do my bit. It went very well. The audience loved it, and I did my little. I don't want to give out too much of my material, but I have this bit where I'm the fashion police, and I don't have the gun here, but it's pretty much a gun like this, where it's pink, a small gun, and I keep it in my back pocket, and I pull it out midway the bit, and it's just like the whole concept of me being a retired like secret agent for the fashion police. And when I did that bit, oh my god, people lost their fucking minds. They lost it, honestly. Like, they were screaming, they were howling, they were like, yeah. Like, that audience. And to be honest with you, I think it was 50-50. Like, there was a lot of straight people. No, yeah, there was some straight people as well, but but that audience just gave me like so much energy, and they were like so into it, and they were like, yeah, they were screaming, they were snapping. It was amazing. Okay. And because I've never done a venue like that. I've been to a gay club during Pride to celebrate, because we have a gay mate and stuff. So we went like a little group and just have a look and that type of stuff. But I've never performed, and it was great. It was so much energy, right? And I did a few other bits, and there was a woman, a straight couple on the first row, and her outfit looked, her shoes were ridiculous, so I made fun of the shoes, and the guys just lost it. They were like, "Ah!" They loved it so much. And it was great, though. It was great. It was only me and another guy who were like the two white straight males on the list. So and the MC was brilliant as well. She was she said not everybody is LGBT on the list. We have two straight ones on the two straight comedians. We do let them in or something like that. So that made me laugh. That was funny. And that was a great gig. And so I finished the gig, right? And what I usually do every time I finish, oh, listen, mate. So on the first row, so there was like these twos. You just sit in there like a little bar or whatever, and on the left side there was like three lesbians, and one of them was like a Lithuanian girl or something. Oh my god, she heckled so much throughout the gig. She didn't stop talking, and she was quite difficult to handle. But I think she was a bit pissed because she looked very drunk, and she had the wildest accent I've ever heard. Honestly, like, her accent was like, that accent that I do, like, hey, hello, yes, I like to order a vodka. You are a very funny man, and she spoke like that. And I was even saying to one of to one of the comedians, I was saying like, she sounds the way that I sound when I make fun of Eastern Europeans, or when I make fun of that accent. You know what I mean? Like, such a hardcore accent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved it, bro. It was amazing. Like, yes, you were a very funny man. And she was like, can I buy you a beer and stuff? And I was like, no, I don't drink, blah, blah, blah. She was like, yes. She came over after the gig, and she was dressed like a biker, like from head to toe, like a jacket and like chains or whatever, like a bandana. I was like, I like your outfit and stuff like that. She said, yes, you're very funny. And, but she was good. She was a good sport. But we roasted her. Oh, mate, we... The MC roasted her a little bit, but me, I don't like. If you talk, bro, I'm going to fucking talk shit about you. I don't care, you know what I mean? Because I don't want this to come off as me being hateful or something. Like, oh, Mike, why are you picking on her? But this is just how I am. If you don't talk. You know what I mean? When the acts are on stage, you do not talk. You need to leave them to do their stuff, especially when you do gigs like that where you're working out material. A lot of people are doing new stuff, and I wasn't doing new stuff, but I was improvising a bit. And you have to keep quiet, you know what I'm saying? So I go on stage and I I have this little opening bit that I do, like, it's about 40 seconds, but it's literally just like joke, like 4 or 5 jokes in a row, and just to, loosen them up and have a few laughs, and then they can trust you, they be like, oh, okay, he's funny, he know what he's doing, we can listen now, starting off is very important. And especially when you're an act, when you're MC is different. Like, when you're an MC, you don't have to be like joke every 10 seconds or whatever. You just need to, when you're an MC, you just need to make them feel comfortable and relax, and like you're the host, and you know what I mean? Of course, you have to be funny, but it doesn't have to be bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean? It's a bit different atmosphere and different energy. And I went on stage. I did the first 2 jokes, and she was like, "Whoa, yes, that is great. That is," and like literally started talking. I was like, "No, don't you dare! You shut up!" And everybody made, because so at the first half we had 2 acts, and then there was an act before me, so we had 3 acts, and the MC, did a bit. So there was like people on stage, and she tried to heckle them throughout, and she was talking throughout all of that, you know what I mean? And people were, they were very respectful. They did kind of roast her a little bit, but it was, I'm not like the cleverest type, you know what I mean? I'll be like, don't you just shut up, you know what I mean? This is just how I do it. I'm not going to stand there and think of like customized joke just for you so I can, shut you up. I'll just say, yo, bro, shut the fuck up, you know what I mean? That's what I just say. Usually I don't, like, if I even deal with hecklers, and everybody lost this shit. They were, because they were all clapping and howling because she's been being disruptive, you know what I mean? But it's not her fault. I mean, fair enough, it's like sometimes you get drunk, or sometimes you get too excited, or sometimes people don't know how a comedy show works. Because I asked her, like, have you ever been, like, to a comedy show before? Because you did talk a lot through, and even when I got off stage, there was another act after me. No, there was two more acts after me, and she talked throughout them as well, and she was like, yes, I've been 2 times. And I was like, oh, so obviously, maybe she wasn't too familiar with it, but she's, she was quite funny. I mean, and a bit drunk, but like, I said to her, did you enjoy the show? And she said, yes, it was very good. And I said, and she said, sorry that I heckled, and I talked. And I was like, no, it's okay. I don't mind. It happens, I mean, you seem fine. And I said, oh, but hold on. Did you pay? Because it was like a paid ticket. And she said, yes, I paid. And I was like, no problem then. If you paid for the show, you can heckle. I mean, no, don't do that. Don't heckle. But because some venues will kick you out. But I was like, as long as you paid, no problem, okay? But no, they were all great. Everybody was absolutely phenomenal. I want to thank... everybody for coming out. And that is like a cheap joke. I was thinking, no, I think, so hold on, no, doesn't matter. It's a cheap joke because if I went on stage, but I think the MC did it. Like, if I say, oh, I think, yeah, she did it. I was like, oh, thank you for coming out, and everybody started laughing. She said, to the gig, I did them, something like that, And when she did it, I was like, ah, damn, I wish I would have thought of that joke, And anyway, that's a funny joke. I like it. And thanks for the spot, and thank you for everybody who come out. Now, this is the interesting part where it gets very interesting. I finished my thing, and then they had two more acts, and there's like a break, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sneak out now because I don't wanna, because the stage and the door are right next to each other. So if I sneak out, I'm going to make noise, I'm going to, cause a havoc or whatever. So I was like, finish the gig, break, I'll head out. I say goodbye to the, to the booker, to the organizer. I was like, thank you so much, mate. I'll see you. Oh, next week I'm there as well, by the way. So yeah, so actually, by the time, if you see this in the morning, because this comes out on Wednesday, so I'll be there. It's called On Point, Liverpool. Show starts at 7 o'clock, and I'll put all the details down here. Okay, so yeah, you can come and see me, and there's going to be a bunch of more acts. It's fucking brilliant. I think it's only £5 the ticket, but it's worth it because you will see some unbelievable. The headliner, it is very, very good, and you have, I think, officially 4 more acts, and the MC, a very experienced MC, so it's great. Come and have a laugh. I'm gonna do some new material. I'm gonna do my Love Island bit, okay, that I haven't done, and I need to try it out. So it's gonna be good, and you're gonna see some exclusive material. And anyway, so we finished the gig, right? And then the owner, I think he was the owner of the venue. I'm not sure, right? He comes over and he said, "Hey, mate, sorry, that was great, mate. Do you have a second?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he said, "There are some people who wanna book you for future events." And I was like, because, the organizer of the gig, that I know he's there. And I was like, hold on, what? Like, I'm thinking, like, but he's right here, And of course, so I go right in front, like on the stage, on the first row, like a bit behind it, because the lights were very bright, so I couldn't see anybody on stage. And I see a group of, like a table of 3 lads, and and I was like, oh, how you doing, guys, blah, 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 blah. And they said, oh, we really liked your stuff. And they said, we organize drag queen shows in Liverpool around the city center, and we look and we really liked your style. And they said, like, your style of comedy is very campy, very very artistic, theater like, or whatever, loud and funny and crazy. And they said that style of comedy they said even though you're straight, that style of comedy will fit perfectly in the things that we do. And I said, oh, okay, that sounds awesome. Can you give me more information? And they said it's like drag queen comedy night. It's like they have music, they have stand-up comedy, and they have like, fuck, I forgot the word. Burlesque, barlet? No, I don't know. Fuck, I forgot the word. I don't know. And if I remember the word, I'll put it somewhere here. And they said, we're looking for somebody to be like, to do stand-up comedy sets between the drag queens, when between the when one drink like a MC, something like that, but it's a bit different because I got all the details, so it's a little bit different, not exactly like a stand-up comedy night, the way that we do it, but it's a little bit different. So I said, yeah, of course. So we exchanged Facebook with one of the organizers. So I went home. The next day he texted me, he gave me all the information, and mate, let me tell you, I am so excited and so I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, I'm not going to lie because I'll tell you why. So the show, this is pre-recorded, okay? I'm recording this on Friday, the 2nd of October, okay? So my gig is tomorrow, on Saturday. So by the time this thing comes out, my gig has finished. But the next episode, I'm going to tell you what happened at the gig. And also, I will record everything and I'll do an episode of, the life of a stand-up comedian, which will come out probably next month, the beginning of next month, or the end of this month. I'm not sure. So make sure you look after for the series. And so pretty much I'm a bit nervous because like I know what I'm going to do, what type of bits I'm going to do, but I said, you know what? Because they're giving me time. I have a total of about 20 minutes, and it's going to be spaced out, and I'm going to bring out the queens and that type of stuff. The first thing I thought is like, I know how I'm going to bring out the queens, so this is what I'm going to do, right? So I'm going to go out, I'm going to talk for a bit, hey, how you doing? A bit of introduction. Then I'm going to do like a little set, like a little bit, 3-4 minutes or whatever, like a little bit, boom. And then when I finish, I'll put down the mic, put down the stand, prepare everything, for the performer. And I'm going to be like, okay, are you ready for your next act? And everybody goes like, yay. And I was like, okay, so this is how we do it. I scream, yes, you scream, the audience, you all scream queen, and then we all together, we start clapping, and we all getting excited, and we giving them as much love and energy and enthusiasm as possible, so you can get it back from them, okay? And then I scream the name of the contestants, and then I go, are you ready? And they're like, yeah. And I say, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, yes. And they go, queen. And I was like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, so and so. And everybody's like, whoa. Oh, dude, I think that's gonna be amazing, honestly. And I recently bought, like a few weeks ago for my birthday or whatever, I bought like a few. They were on discount, like from H&M, like some shirts, like very preposterous shirts, like tiger print, and there's another one with roses, and there is from the previous episode the black one with the leaves or whatever the hell that is. So I'm going to be wearing something like this and the shirt on top of it, and so I can be a bit more, because I don't want to show, because I dress up very, very boring on stage. It's not because it's like a character or whatever. This is just the clothes I have. This is the type of clothes I wear on a daily basis. So I just wear whatever I have. I don't have a persona. I don't have a gimmick. Even though I want to improve my style of clothing because I want to be more flashy. Because the thing is, my way of dressing doesn't really resemble my personality on stage because I'm very insane and crazy and loud and So I'm going to wear that. And oh man, I'm so excited and I'm a bit nervous. I'll tell you why. Because I said, you know what, I want to really challenge myself because this is an environment that I've never been into. I've never even been to a drag show. You know what I mean? We went to the gay bars and there was like a drag queen like in the background while everybody's sipping drinks and all that type of stuff. But this is like a comedy show, so they literally sit down on the tables and they listen and they watch you. Because I thought there's a stage and there's music and people chilling and dancing and you're in the background with the DJ, you know what I mean? if it was like that, I don't know, I'd be like, this is quite difficult to pull off, But this is going to be like a proper comedy show, so I'm very excited. And my goal is to become a well-rounded comedian, meaning that I want to be able to perform in any type of situation. Like doesn't matter the venue that you put me in, I have to be able to do relatively well. I've done like small pubs and small towns or villages across this country that the audience is very like conservative, or like when I pop up on stage and I have a wacky accent, they're like they kind of like close off, so you need to make them laugh and you need to make them loose and that type of stuff. And for me, that's going to be a great thing to do, with that type of crowd. And because oh mate, can you imagine? I was just thinking, because they said to me that the owners of the club will be there a little bit later, so they can see me. So I'm going to really try to do my best. I'll give my best, because they said if they like you and blah blah blah, we can offer you more work in the future. Mate, can you imagine? Because there's like how do you call it? Not subcultures, but how's it, like communities. I think that's the word, isn't it? Like there's a drag community, there's like fans of a certain type of music community as well, isn't it? So can you imagine if I manage to, pun unintended, penetrate? It just that's the word I have to use in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's 2020. You can do whatever you want, okay? But can you imagine if I penetrate the drag queen community, like, comedy performance community, and I become like a guy who is booked relatively regularly. You know what I mean? To do those, like MCing, or even to do sets at drag nights or whatever. It's just me, just a white straight guy, and what's it called? Like it's not even a V-neck. What is that? Like a sweatshirt, bro. Like the most boring looking. If you just look at me, like I try to dress up a little bit for the podcast, but I dress like super. How do you call it? Like casual smart. It's very boring. The way I dress is very, very boring. It looks okay, but it's boring. Nothing interesting about the way I present myself. Can you imagine this guy there? And on the lineup, you will have drag queens, and drag queens, they're proper out there, and that's why I love them so much, because they have the wigs and crazy makeup and like flamboyant outfits, like outfits they used to have wrestlers from the 80s, like fur coats and craziness, chains and whatever. I love it. I like that type of entertainment, the very wild and flamboyant and crazy. That's what I like about entertainment. You know what I mean? I don't I like this whole clean, polished version, mainstream, whatever it is, music, mainstream comedy, movies. No, man, I need something a bit wild, a bit weird, a bit crazy, a bit like in your face. That's what gets me going. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. When I see like a comedian, no, not even a comedian, like music, like even music nowadays, it's so sanitized. Even though there's some vulgarity from time to time, like what's the name? Cardi Bacardi, whatever the WAP. I did a review of that horrendous video. It's ridiculous. Going back and watch that episode. There's a few episodes back. I did a review of this thing, and hold on. So, but I like when it's a bit weird and crazy. And but the thing is, I was just texting with my girlfriend because I was telling her about the gig last night. That they offered me, and that I'm excited, that I'm nervous, and I said I'm such a fanboy. I'm not joking of drag queens. Bro, can you? Oh, dude, I just want to go to the green room. I don't know. I don't think they have a green room in that. It didn't look like. It looks like a club. You know what I mean? Clubs usually don't have green rooms like that. And unless it's like comedy or theater or something. Anyway, if there is a place where the drag queens sit or gather or whatever, I'll be there, because I'm the MC, and I'll talk with them and I'll ask them, because some of their names are very, like, drag queens have very creative names and stuff. So I need to, you know what I mean? I need to figure out how to pronounce the names and how to say it, and if they need a special introduction, because sometimes, they have some like these special introductions that are very funny and very out there and very bizarre or whatever. And dude, I would just say to somebody, please take a picture with me. And I think there's like 8 drag queens or something. It's a long list. The show starts officially, I think, at 4, and it finishes like, I think 7 or 8 or so. It's a proper, you know what I mean? It's a proper show, mate. And then, it finishes at 7, and then they have a DJ, and the DJ goes until whenever the club closes. So it's a proper program, you know what I mean? I'm 6 hours program or whatever. So I'll be there for about hour and a half, and I'll say to somebody, mate, please take a picture with me. Hold on, I want to see how am I doing with time. Okay, and I'll say, please take a picture with me and the drag queens. Oh, bro, I'll be such a fanboy. It's ridiculous. And I also wrote an exclusive, very, very exclusive bit about RuPaul Drag Race, because I've seen 6 seasons and I've always wanted to write something, okay? But the issue is I have a rule with comedy. When I write something that if I say it in front of 1,000 people, at least 995 will know what I'm talking about, okay? Because that's why I don't do comedy about professional wrestling, and that's why I haven't done RuPaul Drag Race. Because if you have people in the room who don't know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is, or who, I don't know, Bianca Del Rio is, they'll be just like, what is he talking about? You know what I mean? It's like when somebody, have you ever been like with your mates and stuff, and they all of a sudden start talking about a show? I don't know, Game of Thrones or whatever. And I've never seen Game of Thrones. I don't know the characters. I don't care. And they start talking about it, and you have no idea what's happening because you don't know the plot line, you don't know the characters, nothing. So that's why I've never sit down. I was thinking about it, but I was like, if people don't know who Bianca Del Rio is, or, oh, have you seen season 4 of RuPaul Drag Race? And if you have an audience of 200 people and 4 people say yes, and then you're fucked, you know what I mean? Because you're gonna die on your ass because nobody knows. But this is a drag race show, so 100% a drag queen show. 100% everybody knows about RuPaul. He is like the, you know what I mean? Like the what is it called? Godfather of drag, isn't it? So, so I have an exclusive bit that I'm gonna do there. I think is very funny. You know, I've never done it before, so I'm kind of a bit nervous. I'm just interested to see how it's going to go, but I'm quite confident in my abilities as a comedian. So, and I will do it, you know, somewhere in the middle. So in the beginning, I'll do a few bits that I know about, and I'm confident that they will go well. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just, do we have time? Oh no, I don't think so. We're just gonna talk about drag race. Fuck it. So yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, this episode is just going to be about drag queens because I need to go in a few minutes. So yeah, man, I don't know, and it's very exciting, you know, because I'm gonna share some stuff with you. I don't think it has to be funny all the time, the podcast, you know what I mean? Sometimes I can just share stuff, and I was I was talking with my girlfriend, that type of stuff, and you know, she got, I'll be honest, listen, I hope she doesn't see this, but she got mad. Like the previous episode, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. And I kind of spilled the beans, like, about our situation. And, you know, she's not happy with me because I don't make money from comedy. And she got legit mad. And I said to her, you know, I mean, like, obviously, I need to entertain the people, isn't it? And she said that it's okay for me to talk about it, you know? And, but yeah, she is a legit mad at me, and that's not good, is it? I'm going to see her. I'm very excited. I'm gonna see her soon, but she will be salty. So I need to use my charm and my comedic abilities to make her, you know, soften her up a little bit. I do that quite often, I'll be honest with you, because I get in trouble quite often because I'm just a silly guy. You know, I'm silly, and I've been single, you know, for like, well, I had girlfriends, but I've been single. There's like periods that I've been single for years, and I didn't even want, you know what I mean? Sometimes when I was younger, especially, I didn't want a girlfriend. I was just single, I was just chilling. And when you live as a single person, you kind of do what you want, and you know what I mean? Because you don't have to think about nobody else. But, you know, now it's different. And sometimes I forget that I'm with somebody else. So I say stupid stuff, I do stupid stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of like, if I don't like something, I just say it straight away without thinking that the other person might get offended, or because, you know, they might not like it. So, but this is life, you know what I mean? You grow and you learn, and, you know, you experience more stuff, and you kind of slowly start to learn how to do things better, you know? Even with this podcast, I cannot wait to start having guests, by the way. This bloody lockdown, I hope it ends very soon. But yeah, so I got into some serious trouble. This is the sacrifice I do for you people, okay? The 4 people that are watching this podcast, thank you so much. I don't know who you are, by the way. I need to find out. We have some Americans and some Canadians. I have a lot of Canadians, fucking hell, and people from India. I don't know who you are. Thank you for watching, but I'm sacrificing my personal life just to entertain you people. But yeah, and I don't know, man. I feel very good about the whole comedy stuff, and I'm making progress, man. I just feel that I'm, even when I'm on stage in my writing and my performance, there's like, you know what I mean? You're slightly climbing, and it never ends. It's a non-stop learning. You can never master comedy, never. And that's the great thing about it. But I kind of feel that I feel progress with me, you know what I mean, when I do it. And I don't know, man. I have to just go tomorrow and just give everything I have, and hopefully they'll enjoy it and just have fun and make people laugh. And yeah, I have I have some silly jokes. Let's see what happens. But yeah, okay, I'm just checking the time. I wanted to finish my Florida news, and I wanted to talk about Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Okay, but I don't have time now, because if I just start, it's gonna be a 1 hour show, and I've said to myself half an hour only. Okay, and this title of the episode is going to be the first gig I ever did in a gay bar or something like that, and I will be gigging with drag queens or something like that. You know what I mean? This is how I'm going to title it. This episode was not that funny, but it cannot always be funny. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, that's about it, mate. Whatever you do, just keep your head down and work, and yes, queen. Hold on, I wanna end it. Oh no, I wanna end this episode. Oh no, okay. I see you next week. Bye. Yes, queen.